Welcome to the John No Radio Show. Today is Seedy Wednesday, December 21st. Hanging out with our good friend Scott from Rare Dankness. How you doing, good buddy? Hold on.
I got no mic.
I do it all the time. I thought...
No mic. What's happening, fella? What's happening, everybody?
Everybody decides to play musical chairs on me all the time, including Kim today. So I thought, yeah, it's my fault. Anyway, how's it going? How you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
Fantastic.
Super busy, but you know.
I think we didn't get to see you last week because it was probably craziness.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, the last month has been just non-stop. Every day, something new, something exciting, something to add to the stress level.
But eventually, man,
it's all good stress, though.
It's good stress.
It's good stress because
you're doing things a million people wish they could be doing. You're doing them, and you're doing them extremely well.
Thank you. Yeah. Every day I get to wake up and live the dream.
What?
Sometimes I have to slap myself, when I feel like it's a nightmare, but, it's definitely a dream.
Because it can seem like a nightmare sometimes. That's for dang sure. Well, it's good that we got you back. It's good you made it back from Amsterdam good and nicely. I mean, we've talked to you since then, but it's good that you had a good times in Amsterdam and everything's going as good as it is for you. So we appreciate you being a sponsor of the show and hanging with us even before. See, we were with you even before the Cup win.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
We call that out. I'll be like, see, we got you.
There was a few people who knew what was up. So.
Exactly. There's more than a few people that know what's up now too.
Yeah.
And especially since the Cup, dude, I've been seeing like maybe that people have been able to get a hold of the Scott's OG, possibly little tasters.
Yeah.
And they're good friends of ours, and I just don't know what to say to it. I'm like, the demand is probably insane.
It's pretty ridiculous. Like
the people that don't even know you, the demand is probably crazy. Yeah. But then there's the people that know you.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother demand, and that's a demand. Like get out of my base. You'll get it when you get it demand.
Man.
I get it.
It's pretty funny. We don't do back orders for people or anything like that through Rare Dankness to the Seeds. So we have all these people that are just like, when is the RD stuff coming out? When are the OGs coming out? And we're getting them packaged right now. We're still shooting for January 1st.
Nice.
But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting to. Man, like a month's time to basically, almost triple your distribution within the state.
Seriously?
As far as the places.
Pretty much tripled your distribution in the state.
Yeah, man.
That's what I was going to ask you, man. Is like, what has changed since you did win that Cup? And I assumed it would assume. And that's what the thing about the Cup is. People go to the Cup, and it's important to enter the Cup. Greenhouse and all these other people is because that's their money maker, because that's how they get the names out. That's how it's whatever. But sometimes.
No matter how you feel about the politics.
Sometimes, you cut me off there too. You may have saved me from pissing off the whole High Times staff.
I was walking around the whole week, and people are like, "Oh, Scott, I'm hearing all this good stuff about you," and I'm like, "Listen, man, I didn't buy a booth, like I didn't buy a sponsorship ad, like I didn't even get an ad in the little High Times Cannabis Cup flyer. Like I really don't think I paid enough to like buy my way in."
And that just proves that. That's just the bottom line. It just proves that
they
unanimously you took what you went to go take.
And they're trying to make this thing more transparent, trying to make it where it has an actual judging capabilities to it and stuff, instead of just being like, oh, whoever paid last year is going to be the one that
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's how it is, but
and that's how it's been rumored in the past, and that's when you're standing there and everybody that did have a big ass booth or whatever is winning, you're like, okay, yeah, maybe I should have got that, paid that extra $5,000 and got the booth. But at the end of the night, we won. What did it change for me? Everything. I guess the biggest thing, I had this like sense of like, I gotta accomplish something, really big within this industry. not that that's I mean, it is a pretty big thing, but it's not that huge of a thing within the industry. I guess there is a sense of pushback that's kind of gone from that. Like, I don't really have a sense of I have to accomplish that. Now my accomplishments are more directed at what's it going to take to make sure that Rare Dankness stays, that we flourish, that we keep providing the best genetics that we possibly can to the state here. But now we actually have to look at that global scale of stuff, because we have so many people that are pushing and wanting Rare Dankness on the global.
And there is opportunities coming up, I think, globally for yourself to be able to take care of business on completely good means.
Yeah, man.
Because there's legalization happening in these areas. You know, off the top, I'm so tired this morning. I got like 2 hours of sleep, so I can't think. But lately, I've been really paying attention to the news, and there are countries out there, you know, I think Spain, you know,
Yep.
you can grow as much weed as you want on your balcony, you know, and other countries just basically saying, "Fark it, we're decriminalizing the whole thing. We're going with it. Screw America and what you say. If you're going to cut off our dollars, oh well."
Yeah,
you're wrong.
that's, you know, one of the big benefits for me was having been part of the Devil's Harvest crew for a bunch of years. I have friends all over the world that are still, you know, embedded in the culture, and I had a lot of people in Spain that you know, stepped right up and were like, "Hey, man, this is the place you might want to look at setting up a, you know, European section of." It can't be Rare Dankness, because Rare Dankness is the medical Colorado version. But what we're looking at is RD Genetics is going to be the European sector of us, kind of like DNA has Reserva Privata here within the States.
Really?
Rare Dankness will be our medical variety. RD Genetics is going to be the European variety of our genetics, and we'll be producing over there as well.
Wow.
We're looking at taking a trip in February to look at property and all that fun stuff.
Seriously?
So, yeah, man. Like, it's changed a lot in a month.
Dang, man. That's amazing to hear. I'm jealous.
Don't be jealous. Yeah,
No,
it's a lot of work, you know.
No, but I mean that's just what it is. I mean, it's an amazing lot of work, and you know, I mean, it's. And the only reason why I say jealous is just because there's certain unfair opportunities, you know, for certain people to be booted out. But I fully, and like I've tried to make it clear, you know, to everybody around me, and you know, some of the posts I stuff and the letter I wrote the other day to Facebook and the whole JDR Army, and how much, you know, I appreciate everybody that's, you know, been a part, and everybody, you know, that's got us here. But then also at the same time, man, like, and people who have listened to the show for a long time knew after, you know, my raid and everything that I went through, and in July, you know, I mean, I fought for the whole felon rule to be knocked out. Mm-hmm. I really did. I fought hard, and I spoke with, you know, Charlie Brown and Romer multiple times in sit-down sessions, face-to-face, you know, eye to eye, and it seemed like it really had this worked out. It seemed like we really had an understanding. But just like any other politician, man, I mean, the next day they're calling you. They don't want knuckleheads.
They flipped it, dude. They flip it right on you.
Straight up call you a knucklehead, man. Right on TV. We don't want knuckleheads part of this industry, man. And you're looking at him on TV, and you're looking at him on this press conference, and you're like, you just can't believe. You feel like you can't be a part of the system, and you can't make change, and you get frustrated, and you're pissed off, and that's why people don't do the activism that they do, is because of politicians like that and situations like that. And I mean, you can't let that get to you. And where I was going with everything, though, is still in that, and still in the process that we've made here in Colorado, other states, you know, everybody that I sit here and watch, you know, I mean, the online listeners saw me be bitter for a period of time about that after what July I went through. But I mean, I'm beyond that now. I enjoy seeing people like yourself winning the cup. It's amazing to me. It's amazing that we get to be around the people that we get to be around. And I don't think that people in the outside of this industry, even, you know, the people that don't even get a chance to do this type of cup stuff, or have even as high of just status that we do here in Colorado with our system, I don't think they get how proud and successful some of you really are. And I like seriously tried to beat it into people and beat it into the show of how hard it's been to get to this point. And people making ridiculous amounts of money, and people like all this idea that everybody has about what you've gone through don't have a stinking damn clue unless they themselves have sat there and done it. Your families have sacrificed everything. I mean, I could say that I've lost my family over part of this, and
I definitely have. My mom won't speak to me, so
wow.
Yeah,
and see, that's right there. I mean, it's and we do what we do because we know we have a goal and we have a focus in the end. And we know we're on the right side of history. And eventually we hope that the people that are close to us, that like your mom, see that. But the bottom line is there's no discounting the hard work, the dedication, just flat out putting your life on the line for what we've done.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of you guys for going and winning that, man. You did a good job, I'm proud of a lot of people around.
Thank you. For me, my mom, my mom's a good lady. She just can't. She was raised in that totally brainwashed era of, it's the devil's weed and, all that stuff. And, even when I was going through the chemo and all the cancer stuff, she would favor it a little bit, but at the same time, she'd, make some backhanded comments. And, finally she got to the point where she was, everything that was going on within my life, she would like point back to that, and I'm just like, Mom, like that's not at all the way it is. And if we need to keep having this like same conversation, we just don't need to have the conversation about it anymore. Yeah. And then, then going and winning the cup. And I'm having this conversation with my oldest sister, who is the head of, Bradford Adolescent, which is a drug and alcohol treatment program in Alabama.
I think I've heard of that. I heard that.
Down in Alabama. So I'm having this conversation with my sister. My sister's very open-minded. She's like, she jokes. She's like, I open every session with, my brother's the best weed grower in the world. Like, yeah, sure, Angela.
Definitely one of them.
So we were talking about, just accomplishing things in life. And I said, I really finally feel like, even though it's not that grandiose of accomplishment in the scheme of, the scheme of life, it is a big accomplishment in my scheme of life.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And for somebody who, as a teenager, looked at the freaking High Times with the cannabis cups and was just like, oh man, I'd love to have.
You want to eat the page.
Yeah, dude.
And now it's like,
So I'm gonna go somewhere. I have this friend Phil back in New York who was like my boy when I was in New York. I used to joke with that kid because the way he carried around High Times, it was like a Playboy. I used to have to be like, why were you in the bathroom with the High Times for like 15 minutes, dude? But anyway, we're having this conversation with my sister, and she's like, it probably really, Mom's never going to say anything, but that probably really, really irks her that you just accomplished something that's like the pinnacle of that industry. Yeah. And it was all against her, nothing she did encouraged you your whole life to go and accomplish that,
Sometimes, man, and hopefully they realize, man, that hopefully your mom realizes that she did put you on the right track, though. I think she does, probably. I don't know your mom.
My mom kept me away from alcohol. That was the big thing. She definitely pointed out the evil that alcohol was and what it did to my dad and what it did to my granddad.
So she did have maybe a little bit of a direction in pushing you into this, because I'll tell you what, I haven't done other drugs and done other stupid things, and a couple months here during my breakup here, I probably 3 months actually. Now that I think about it, I thought it was like 2 weeks, but I spent every night drinking, man, drinking some shots, and I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But then you step back and you understand that the difference between alcohol and the difference between, even in my opinion, tobacco sometimes. Like I can take a drag off of tobacco here and there and still not necessarily get addicted to it. But the difference between alcohol and cannabis is just so enormous in the addiction and how alcohol can destroy your life. And, my dad pushed me in a great direction of saying, hey, this is what I've done in my life. This is what my friends have made mistakes for. There's a story he tells me of, an accident that he got into, in a bad rollover accident, and a few of his friends almost died, and taught him a large lesson in life. And, probably that's where I got my hard-headed and learn lessons the hardest way that you can from. But still, I don't know what it's going to take sometimes, or I don't think people, I don't know, man. We're pushed in a certain direction to be a certain way and not follow the whole, like, drug attitude way of life. But then again, there's this cannabis culture that we have, man. It's not the drug way of life. It's just our culture, you know? Like your hat, my hat, your shirt, everything about it, man. It's a way of life. It's the way we live, and there's not a damn thing wrong with it. And in fact, we probably give back more to society than a lot of other people do, man. I mean, it bugs the shiz out of me to just see some people being chastised by outside community, and they give back probably way more than anybody could ever even imagine that they could give back, man.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, we were at this soup place up in Boulder a few nights ago, and I had all my Rare Dankness stuff, and this kid's like staring at me. Hey man, what's Rare Dankness? You know, is that like a dispensary or something? I was like, oh no, you know, seed company here in Colorado, medical marijuana. We just won the Cannabis Cup, and like the whole freaking spot just like got quiet. You know, really? Oh my god! It was
see, people people try and play it cool. They're like, what's a Cannabis Cup if they, they're alone? What weed? What marijuana? And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, we just won the Cannabis Cup. It's like,
yeah,
birds chirping, and then they're like, you know exactly what's up, and then you get those people looking at you like, how can I get what's in his pocket?
You want a free burrito, man? You want a free cup of soup?
It's like Adam Dunn, dude. We were at KushCon and hanging out with Adam Dunn for TH Seeds, and I was breaking down everything, and everybody was getting stressed out and whatever, and then Adam and Big Mike went off, and I miss Big Mike, by the way. Damn it. That guy's in California. I hope he comes back soon. He made it back for a minute, but I didn't get to see him. But anyway, him and Big Mike were hanging out, and all of a sudden I'm standing there, and we're waiting to like get something from the front desk, and I'm like, dude, you have the Cold Creek Kush on you right now, don't you? And it's like, I mean, and I don't even know where I was necessarily going with that, but just the awesomeness of high quality strains and having that. Us being illegal, having it in our pocket,
just like smelling like that all the time.
People smell it. Yeah, that's where I was going with it. Is people walk up to you and they're like, "Is your cologne Kush?" And you're like, "Yes, it is."
I went out. Well, I guess we can start the segment right here. I had my.
Well, do you want to wait and then I'll play some commercials?
That's fine. We'll start it though. I have
cool.
I have different contracts. I have my contract for my seed work.
Yeah.
Which is all through Pink House. And then I have my contracts as a grower, which is, Scott the grower, not Rare Dankness as a grower, but Scott the grower. And, I was having my contract talks the other day, and the girl walked straight up, and she's like, "You guys realize that you just reek of weed?" And I'm like, I don't even hesitate anymore. I just like reach in and I just pull my badge out. Like that's my reaction to it. And I'm just like, state says I can,
Dude. It's funny because, there was this time that we went into DC and I, Derek Cummings, we went into, what was that? I felt like they just slammed up against the door. Were they just slamming their other door? Lawyers. I'm just kidding. And Derek and I went into a bakery type store, to get some bakery supplies for some candies and stuff that he was making back in the day when he made candies. And we walked in, dude, and it was like every single lady's a few older ladies working in there, and it was a hobby shop, craft shop type thing. So it's good old people and some very
lot of church ladies up in there, man.
And a few very wholesome looking, very attractive ladies were there too. So they had a few younger crowd. We walked in, dude, and immediately. And I don't know if anybody remembers Spencer Stepp, but we were still hanging out with Spencer at that time too. And Spencer didn't give a damn about a damn thing. Unless you're calling him out on something, but that's a whole different story. But we walked in, dude, and this dude just basically gets done smoking the blunt as we're walking in the thing. And dude, it's just walk in the door and ooh. And this is in this candy bakery type shop where it's it should have the smell should have been hidden a little, and everybody was like,
it just sugar sweet dankness at that point.
Exactly. It gets this mix with shiz, and you're like, oh my god, this is the most amazing damn smell in the world. Why can't we capture this?
Can I have one of those on a roll?
Yeah, exactly. Their faces were and it's and then another lady came around the corner and she goes, "Do you guys realize you absolutely reek?" Because she had known Derek for so long. It was one of his favorite spots to go down. And we were like, yeah. And then everybody in the spot goes, "As long as you keep coming back." because he bought tons of stuff from him, man. And it was a perfect moment of like, we give back to this community in so many different ways, and not even giving back. We just are part of this community, going buying supplies, taking care, and these people have no problems with us. Little old ladies, church ladies, or whatever. Maybe they don't understand somewhat, but what they do know is that there was, besides Spencer, maybe we were, and Spencer was still gentlemanly. There's gentlemanly people in this industry. There's, what's the opposite of gentlemanly?
Thugs.
No, for ladies.
Oh.
He's trying to refer to me.
No, I'm trying to refer to
a lady. Come on,
ladylike. There's ladylike people in this industry too. I mean, and that's getting out there and just putting ourselves out there. I mean, I'm not saying like you got to put a marijuana leaf sign on every single window that's glowing, that you have to put people on the street, spinning the signs, which neither one I think is a problem with. We live in a free damn country. But still, the point is, once people sit down, shut up, listen to what we have to say, see what we can give, they're sold. And they should be sold.
Commercials.
Good times. All right, we'll be right back on the John Doe Radio Show. Make sure if you do get a chance, wait. You told me earlier that your phone's being blown up like crazy.
Yeah.
I'm giving out your phone number like crazy here on the show.
That's fine.
So 970-812-DANK is a phone number that you can call to get a hold of Sky here. And if you are in Colorado and you would like to have your shop have these seeds, he'll take care of you. Otherwise, you can go pick up the seeds at Southwest Alternative Care,
Cherry Co., Pearl Co., Teapot, Kind Love,
maybe
the Herbal Center.
Maybe some cool things coming with that too. That's all I can say on that, because I would both have maybe you and someone else wringing my neck right now. So, but wait, was we didn't have him on? We didn't actually have him on the air the other day, did we? Though. See, that's where my brain starts to like forget about things. I'm looking at Kim right now, pointing at her, thinking if a person that I'm thinking of was on air and actually said something, but he didn't. So I should probably be quiet about it. But I'm stoked. Anyway,
That was off the record.
Oh, shoot.
But he didn't technically.
He didn't say off the record.
But it was off the record. Rare Dankness Seeds. Make sure you check them out. Select vendors around Colorado. If you'd like to get yours in the store, 970-812-DANK.
Scott at raredankness.com.
Scott at raredankness.com. And where I was going is the Scott's OG Seeds. Going to be available, being packaged. Is that what Pamela's having nightmares about?
Yeah, she had a dream last night that they screwed the packaging up.
All right. Who's they?
The printing company. Well, it's not necessarily the printing company.
Okay.
We're doing a specialty packaging now. We like changed the packaging on everything. Yeah, it got real dope.
What is this like for the 500th time now that you've changed your packaging?
Yeah.
So now you've got some really, really, really sweet stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And we don't
super
have,
pro.
You don't have a prototype
Don't have sample. Don't have prototype.
because you don't even want to let it out yet.
Yeah, not at all.
I hate you.
Yeah, it's dope though.
The thing is, when we sit there when we sit with Adam and THCs and stuff, and he goes over his in the lab and whatever. And there's some things shouldn't make it out of there. Trustworthy people. I get it. I totally get it. So just like any other business. All right, it's the John Doe Radio Show. We do it live in the Mile High. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Scott from Rare Dankness Seeds hanging out with us, and you. So we'll be right back. If you missed anything, JohnDoeRadio.com, live.JohnDoeRadio.com. Monday through Friday. Oh, shit. Hold on. See, I turned it down because I was going to put a bed back in. I had turned it up, waiting for us to go to a commercial. Turned it down because I was going to put a bed back in and then screwed it up. All right, we'll be back.
John Doe Radio.
Experience the healing power of flowers at the 2011 Best Meds Competition winner in Colorado Springs. Canna Caregivers off North Academy Boulevard and the Canna Center on Power South of Constitution. Call us at 719-597-6685 or 719-597-9333. Mention you heard this ad on Normal Radio and receive half off any CC concentrate purchase.
Mad Hatter Smoke Shop has got your high-quality American-made unique pieces and some of the best scientific glass available anywhere. Artists and companies like Mike Fro, Cowboy, Zob, Royal, and D-Rock with some of the best products the Mile High State has to offer. Treehouse, Joel Halen, Worm, Tricky, and more. Mad Hatter Smoke Shop also carries Sheldon Black, one of the highest names in glass standards. Don't miss out on the Holy Water Style Collection either. Our friend John Waters offers his line of shirts, jackets, hats, and skateboards for men and women. Mad Hatter Smoke Shop for everything the JDR Army needs. Mention JDR or John Doe Radio and get 20% off. 20%! Visit MadHatterSmokeShop.com or email store@MadHatterSmokeShop.com for inquiries. Mad Hatter Smoke Shop, 6091 West Colfax Avenue in Denver, 303-953-7015. Store at MadHatterSmokeShop.com, 6091 West Colfax Avenue, Denver, Colorado, 303-953-7015.
Are you a medical marijuana patient or interested in finding out how to become one? Contact Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. Conveniently located on Hamden and Tamarack in the Whole Foods parking lot behind Proof of the Pudding. Mile High Wellness offers a wide variety of edibles, hashes, and some of Colorado's top strains. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. 3525 South Tamarack, Suite 110, on the corner of Hamden and Tamarack. 720-382-8516. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern.
Trouble with the law? Or maybe you're looking to start a medical marijuana business? The law firm of Edson, Mayton, and Matz can help. Attorneys Warren Edson, Lauren Mayton, and Chris Matz offer a wide range of criminal defense-related assistance and cannabis legal services. Call the team of legal professionals ready to help you or your business out today. 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or check out the website warrenedson.com. That's warrenedson.com.
John Doe Radio.
It is a Seedy Wednesday in the Mile High. Thank you for hanging out with us on the John Doe Radio Show with our good friend Scott from Rare Dankness.
What's happening? What's happening?
Kim also across the way.
Hello.
I just like to let you guys know, and this is all that's going to be said about it. General Custer will no longer join us.
Oh, damn.
Leaf Alert, your choice for security. You know how important your safety and security are. You need to make sure that you go with trustworthy and reliable people. These people are my friends. I trust them. They have a good company. If you'd like to get your security taken care of in your home, office, warehouse, business, whatever the heck needs to be taken care of. Pretty much everything nowadays.
Damn straight.
If the government's going to homeland security everything, I'm going to homeland security my own goddamn home. Smartphone. I just thought of that. The smartphone app monitoring capabilities. I'm just so smart sometimes. Just surprise myself with the amazing things that come out of my mouth. Smartphone viewing capabilities that you can pick up with your phone and look at cameras within seconds. May cost a little bit extra with your carrier, but I think that's just because smartphone data plans and stuff cost extra, period. So I think that's where they're covering that. Give them a call, 720-304-5640, 720-304-5640. Leaf Alerts at live.net, Leif alerts. Let me start that over. Leif alerts.net. No, I'm an idiot. Leif alerts.net. When I don't write things out exactly and I just like shoot from the hip, which sometimes people get better advertising that way than just, the commercial. But they both have their awesomeness. But see, I don't necessarily have awesomeness all the time. That's all it comes down to it. Oh, Jeebus. And also, I got to say thanks. Big thanks here recently. We closed the deal with very, very, very good people in the industry and some people that I hope we're going to get to work with more and more. And I hope we pull this mofo into the office, Mr. Stephen Lewis, that knows how to make this ridiculous ISO. I ask him, okay, and I posted that other shiz the other day online on my Facebook about everybody in the BHO game, Earl game, the concentrate game, about just giving up. Just give it up. Just give it up and give it to the people that know what the hell they're doing. You're definitely included in there. Nicky T, obviously, we introduced, I think us and Paul Token introduced Nicky T to the world. Yep. And, he's got one of the most famous hashes and names out there, and that's great, and we hope to be able to do that for everybody. But Elliot and the Cherry Company, the Pro Company, the Teapot, those guys are just fantastic people that I've always, enjoyed going and hanging out. They've always had great product. The Down to Blaze, yep. What I'm getting to is I enjoy that our friends are now, we're really getting to work with our friends. So we'll have a commercial set up and some specials probably for you guys. 4 locations, 3 locations across Denver. The Teapot Lounge, 2008 Federal Boulevard. It's near the stadium, 303-665-9697. I know something about that I'm not going to say anything about either. Damn it. See, people, just stop telling me things. Like, don't tell me things and I won't feel like I'm... Shut your mouth. The Cherry Company's at 111 South Madison Street, 303-399-6337. That's in Cherry Creek, obviously. The Cherry Company. Kim and I were trying to find it the other day a little bit. And, Derek! What's up? Hey, you gonna come talk about your thing tonight maybe here in a minute when we get some time? All right, at the end of the show, come back and talk about your stuff. Yeah, for sure. All right, sorry for interrupting there. See, this is why a live read is great, because then the people would get like 2 minutes of advertising rather than this 30 seconds commercial or whatever. And Scott's like, come on, man, I thought you brought me here to talk.
Scott's like, I got a lot to say. Will you hurry up?
Oh, it's all good.
Well, it's good because
I always got a lot to say.
These are places where you can get his shiz from.
Yep, that's right.
True.
Wait, it was the teapot that I was talking about. Anyway, the Pearl Company is the last one on this list. 1445 South Pearl Street. When I realized I live like a block, 2 blocks away from this place for a long time.
Okay.
From the Pearl Company. Like, I was on Logan, and Pearl's like right there.
Yeah.
It's such an idiot, dude. And these guys had Nicotine's hash, like one of the first ones to have it stocked. Like, great little spot. 1445 South Pearl, 303-733-6337. You can go to their website. All 3 of those have one website. Where's the weed at? .com, right?
Love that site. Yeah.
Where's the weed at.com. All stores.
No, it's where's the weed dot at. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Where's the weed
dot at.
Yeah, AT.
You are right. Where's the weed.at.
Yeah.
That's it.
I thought I screwed something up in my writing there.
No, that's what it is.
Nope.
Where's the weed.at.
Yeah. Where's the weed dot at. It's a
I
cool
think it's
site,
pretty
man.
cool.
Yeah, it's a real cool site. We used to have the Rare Dankness, Where's the Weed At, but once everything started taking off, we would try to make sure we could separate the 2 sites so you'd be able to find both of them.
Yeah. And good times. So make sure you check out those good people. And I think we're going to have a few other people that we sign on hopefully today. And what that means is that we get to do the things that we've wanted to do for a long time on the John Doe Radio Show.
Good.
Bam.
Real good, man.
Hell yeah. Talking with Scott from Rare Dankness here. Rare Dankness Seeds.com.
RareDankness.com.
I knew it was RareDankness.com. I'm an idiot. Dude, I'm acting like an idiot today.
It's RareDankness.com, and the new ones are rdgenetics.uk, rdgenetics.nl.
Nice. Soon. Very, very, very soon. So, where do you want to go with things? Because I have a list of things. I got stuff sitting in front of me here we could talk about.
Well, I'll go ahead and throw it out there. My focus over the last year has really been, just building the Rare Dankness brand name and, like making it something substantial. And I had my contract, and my contract with Pink House is who I produce the seeds under. So we have our, our genetics under, and that's who all our licensing is through. Scott the grower, me, as a grower, I was growing for, and I have been for Southwest Alternative Care. And come the end of February, our contract with those guys up as grow. So what we're doing now is we're going to be working with Pink House, and we have a few other dispensaries that we're looking at that will be setting up small boutique Rare Dankness gardens that will be run by us or run by employees of Rare Dankness. So that their top shelf, which will be the Rare Dankness line, will be, real Rare Dankness stuff.
Awesome.
So it's going to give me a chance to, employ a few more of my friends. And
hell yeah. I'm going to go get my licensing. I think that they better give it to me. If anybody from the Med is listening right now, never mind, I'm not going to say anything. That would be stupid.
Change the felony law. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. My felony is no longer a felony. And Edson's, I'm calling him Edson now. That might be something that could get me punk rock right out of the building. But no, Warren, he told me, he's like, go get your shiz. Because he thinks, I can get it now because my felony's no longer a felony.
Cool.
And he doesn't think they'll look back to the original charges.
Get your badge, man.
Let's go try it.
Yeah, just go try.
I want to try too.
I got a buddy
I
that
gotta
I've been
start-
trying to get down there for like the last 3 months. I'm just like, just do it. Like, what's the worst they can tell you? No.
You know how many
like,
people I told, and like, I'm like, dudes, your entire life, you have wanted to do nothing more than smoke weed.
Just try it.
And sell weed. Now you can go legally do it, and a $75 get your ass off the couch situation is preventing you from doing this.
Yep.
Meanwhile, they booted my ass out.
Yep.
Trust me, man. I've had some conversations, and even the ex. we were, yeah. It was, but anyway, that's
So yeah, so it's hopefully this, you know, the new move where I can focus more on the genetics aspect of this will allow us to be able to come forth with this crazy strain list that we've got rolling right now. It's like 70 deep, I think.
I don't know. I can't count. I mean, you did number list. If it had a number list, to me, this looks like 1 million.
There's a lot of strains, man.
It's the same.
And those
The
are coming out
Chat room's
in
giving me
February?
shiz. You know, chat, if you want to help pay off my student loan, then maybe I'll go get. I have to start paying off my outstanding student loan that
that's
started
why.
at $2,000 that I still owed. That's all I owed, and now it's gone to like 4, 5, 6.
Okay, but we can make a payment on that and then put it in forbearance.
Jesus.
So let's not worry about
And wait, but we keep this thought because this is something that this is Occupy shiz right here. All right, so we'll get back to this immediately, but it's for the mothers listening out there. I'm not going to say that F word. It's farking stupid, and we have to figure out something in America to be able to not have students be having debt. And my debt was nothing, but students that are going to be having proper jobs that we need, jobs that pay a lot. You know, it's unfortunate that you have to go to school for so long, or it's unfortunate you have to go pay so much to go to school for so long. And dude, it's part of the reason in this country that people are held down. They just cannot pay back $120,000 school loans, and then getting up on that, it takes years. What are you giving me to look for? $120,000 for the Art Institute. $120,000.
Because
I feel a lot
understand-
better about my student loans if they had all been for like horticultural school and
I mean,
stuff
like-
that.
I understand what you're saying about having a lot of money for education that you have to pay back. I get all that.
I got a degree in welding.
But it gave you a
metallurgy.
degree.
But it
in-
keeps compounding. It's the money, the percentage that you're adding onto. It's like my
Okay, but they work
$2,000
with
school
you.
loan has. No, they don't.
Since when?
They don't work with you. They give you. You
My
have a
student
minimum pay
loans
plan, so
got
you have the
paid
same
off.
pay plan as you do as like what a bank can do, and you just. It's.
I mean, granted, I paid him a buttload of interest.
There's
That's
probably
not-
different
I
ways
mean,
of.
I
There's
know
probably
that.
different ways of paying off student loans and whatever. Turn that mic like I got it like here. But I'm telling you, for people that are in deep and can't get out, it compounds and it compounds and it compounds. If my $2,000,
It's like freaking medical bills, man.
exactly, and I owe $4,000 with my medical bills. I keep getting, it's going to keep compounding and compounding and compounding. It's not fair.
No, I get that. And if you don't pay it, yeah, it is going to keep building up. But I had student loans from when I went to tech school from my surgical tech degree, and I paid like $90 a month.
And that's
they're gone.
Well, and that's great, but I mean,
Granted, it took me 12 years to get them gone.
that and it's
12 years.
12 years.
But I was only paying 90
12
bucks,
years.
dude.
Let's go back to the, and that's ridiculous. That they I mean,
But it was
I'm not
something
saying
that I
you're
was able to
ridiculous,
do,
but that's
and I was
insane.
able to clear up those loans
You
off of my record.
It shouldn't take 12 years to pay off a school loan.
It shouldn't, but it's something that I borrowed and I had to pay back.
And if the government wants to do something, that's another story. Why are we sending billions of dollars to other countries when we could be paying for
That's
your
another
education?
story.
And
We're not.
Anyway, back to the seeds. There may be other shows starting on this network that talk about that kind of stuff, but that just pisses me off. Anyway, 70 plus strains you guys sitting here right in front of me.
Yeah, man. We're gonna try to knock it down so it's like 50 solid ones.
Why is it red, white, and blue? Like, why do you have them?
White stuff is in stock right this second. Blue stuff will be available mid-February. And then the red stuff's available January 1st.
So these are all going?
Yeah.
He looks at me like
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You're crazy. Like, who else is doing? Like, you walk into a store, and I think our good friends, Compassionate Pain Management, a few other spots have, like 30 plus strains when you walk in. Platte Valley, I think you said the other day that we went and talked to, had like just out the yin yang with strains or something. Or somebody told me. But dude, 70.
The ultimate goal is to do, here in the state, do an RD, a Rare Dankness dispensary. Like I got shut down by Longmont with Stone Mountain, but at some point when all the jostling with the state and all the laws and the moratoriums are up and all that, we're gonna open a Rare Dankness dispensary and it'll feature nothing but the best.
You and a few people, man, just waiting.
Yeah.
You and a few people just waiting, and I had shit shifted into the chamber ready to pull the trigger and fire it off, but stuff happens and you get caught up. Whether it was my situation, and I don't blame anybody else for my situation, I took chances to try and get to where I needed to be, and took chances in the wrong spots. It's the same thing with yourself. You took chances, but you didn't necessarily take chances knowing that you were gonna get. You knew that you might get screwed, and you knew that this was a brand new everything, but we didn't know they were going to allow the localities to come in and start banning you guys, not un-American wise.
Yeah. I tried to do everything to set up right. More than 1,000 feet from a school.
How much
no
taxes did you pay?
daycares.
How much taxes did you pay to the state?
A lot. A lot.
Probably a ton.
That 1 year in business, I sold.
You don't even. That's the thing. It's like you paid an insane.
I know I paid a shitload to the city. That was the thing. I was like, we paid you guys enough to fix at least 50 potholes, like in the city.
At least, and that's on the low end.
That was with two guys leaning on the shovel and then one guy doing the work.
Exactly. And that's how it works. And the same thing with Derek up in Windsor. It in Harmony Wellness. It's like. It makes no sense. You shot your community in the foot. Yeah. Derek used to do the toy drives, and you do the turkey drives. You got twice as many turkeys as any other small business there. And these people don't give a damn. They're bigots.
Yep.
And that's the problem.
Well, I think ultimately it got most of those guys voted out of office. So.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Damage was already done, though.
I gotta be careful what I say.
But we're stepping it up with a whole bunch of strains. All the OG stuff's going to be available January 1st, and then all the Afghani stuff that we had produced in Series 1 back in the summer will be reproduced in bulk. So
and again, talking with Scott from Rare Dankness, raredanknessseeds.com.
Raredankness.com, man. No seeds.
Jesus.
Just raredankness.com.
Rare Dankness. You could see the frustration in his face on that one too. He's like, God,
drop the seeds, man.
I appreciate it.
That's why she's here.
Facebook, you can find me as Rare Dankness Seeds.
That's what it is. Because that's what I'm always typing in. But you do have
actually, it's Rare Dankness Seed.
Yeah, you don't have an S.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no S on the end of it.
I always have to add an S when I tag you guys.
Dude, and then you do have a pretty cool website too. I do like your website. It's got a lot of beautiful pictures on it.
That's changing too, man. It's getting even more in depth. It's got like a page where you can buy crap with PayPal or whatever.
That's good.
Not PayPal, it's Square or something. But
that's good. See you blowing up, man.
All the merchandising stuff.
I gotta get my license.
You know what Pamela's doing today, right?
I gotta get my light.
Yeah, Pamela, my wife's getting her badge today. She just texted me her photo of her green badge. So
she got it.
So she's quitting her other job and going full time with Rare Dankness.
Yeah. But see, there's something where you talk about going to college and feeling like, all right, I can use my college degree. Like, I've got all these student loans that I repaid for, marine biology and for metallurgy and welding. And, I should have gone to horticulture school. I didn't go to horticulture school. I feel a lot better about that. Pamela, on the other hand, was a hairdresser. So all that scissoring she did at least comes in somewhat of a useful task in all this.
I'm sure that was a short-lived job. I'm sure she told you that was not going to happen for very long. She's still trim?
What's that?
She's still trim?
Trimming? Oh, hell no.
That's what I said.
You can't get her trim. No, that ain't
good. Yeah, that's good, Pam. Yeah. You'd be in some trouble if that were the case, probably, I would say.
Yeah, that was my big thing when I kind of first came out of the the dispensary thing was like, man, we hear all this great stuff about you, but like we hear like you trim horribly, and I'm like, yeah, I hate trimming. Like I've been doing this so long, like I just hate.
Like
I just
you got
hate
some
trimming.
awesome bud, but your trim is
Yeah, I just hate trimming. Like you should just be happy that you're getting a chance to see that nugget. You can knock those little families off
I know.
yourself.
I know. Pull them back a little bit. And sometimes, honestly, it's not bad to have that. I mean, if they're super sugary leaves, like, why take that off? I mean,
But now it's kind of cool because I got people volunteering to trim for me all the time.
Now?
So,
I know,
so
probably.
it's all good.
volunteering?
Yeah.
Fun.
I keep what's on my scissors. Yeah, you keep what's on your scissors.
There's people from Iowa and Florida and Nebraska and everywhere else that are now stopped listening to the show, have gone to get their bags out of their closet, and are coming here. You're gonna have knocks on your door later, dude. Oh, jeez. Yeah, don't put it out there that you be looking for help, because I'll tell you what, you thought you were bugged now. This we were talking this week online with our man Tricky.
Yep.
And he was talking about the Smalley taxi ride. Didn't know if he had it exactly. Can you kind of describe that again for us? And I don't know if you decided exactly if he ended up having it or not.
Yeah, we had kind of talked. He thinks he's got 2 that are mislabeled. Like, it should definitely be a stretchier, much stretchier plant.
But it doesn't mean that it necessarily stretches up, right? I mean, it could
it can
go
push
sideways.
Out. Yeah, it can
be flat.
Yeah, it can go totally sideways. And
Like a muffarkin' fern.
Candelabra, like where it grows out and then grows everything up through the middle.
I just see and like I said last time you were here, they just remind me of ferns.
The leaf on the Somali taxi ride is very distinct. It carries that Malawi trait where not only does it have really long fingers, but it's like a half cupped hand. If you curl your hand down.
Then I got to check that out, because the Neville's Haze, man, is like super, like, it has like little itty bitty, like teeny leaves.
Super skinny leaves.
You look at it and you're like, what the hell is this?
This thing the leaves are typically like, the thickness of your fingers. They look just like hands, just, claw.
Don't even look like a cannabis plant, some of these. Yeah. Like, it really doesn't, unless you know what you're doing.
The Malawi mom's badass, That's how she grows.
And then the Neville's Head, like I said, and probably this one too, probably doesn't start really. I knocked over the bong or something down here. I didn't know if there was one down there, but it was just there's no piece down there. Damn it, I forgot what I was gonna say. The last couple of weeks is when they really start to bud out. Is something too. Is like you'll be sitting there and you'll be like, God, it's like 12, 13 weeks of this thing and there's like nothing on it, and then patience.
Yeah, man. It's usually the sativas will start setting their buds up around like pre-flower, setting their buds up like around day 30, where a normal indica has already got some structure and got some sites set up and all that.
What the
sativas, some they get going slower, but some of them will finish up faster.
And that's why people are like, they just don't. I mean, it's the fact that it takes long, and then just people don't want to learn.
Yeah,
they just don't want to expand their repertoire, and you're gonna have to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're gonna have to, or you're gonna fail. Because I'll tell you right now, the people like Scott that do the OGs well, and the hazes well, are gonna boot you out of the game. Because the fact that you don't know what you're talking about, and these dispensaries that are selling swag, I mean,
people that call us and go, I want something fast and heavy. I'm like, wrong company.
Yeah, exactly.
Wrong company, dude. You need to call freaking Attitude and order some seeds from somebody else.
Wait till recreational comes across, and I mean, it'd be able to open the door probably, for someone like yourself that's already ahead of the game here, because you've started in medical marijuana, and those are the people that I would assume would be gaining the best when recreational comes around. But when recreational comes around, I mean, do these people think that they're gonna, like, the only reason they're in business now is because there's limited supply of some of these things for legal means, and you go into these dispensaries and it's like there's shit.
Yep.
There's nothing there. The whole thing that I talked about earlier with the BHO and making quality products and stuff. It's like, dude, I will not go buy BHO from someone because I know the product is crap, and
you can do a better job yourself.
And I know how to do a better job.
Yep.
And it's so frustrating. The same thing comes for buds, you know. And eventually, like what these people don't, what they don't understand is
that's
that
why
you think
I started tinkering with seeds, man.
Yeah.
It's like I grew out some seeds from a couple of less reputable seed vendors, and was so disappointed with it. Was like, man, I think I can do better myself.
Yeah, and I mean, they just don't get it, and they're gonna get knocked out of the game. And there is, I mean, it's not like what was that show? Like, is it Friday or is it? No, it was Weeds, and that Celia told Nancy something about like because Nancy was all like talking about how she's this big weed seller or whatever, and she's like, "Bitch, you ain't shit. Weed sells itself." You know, it's like that. And eventually, to the point, it's gonna get to where those people who walk into the dispensary be like, "Where'd you get this? Is this straight from the Mexican shipment?"
Yep.
That's gonna disappear. The only reason why they exist now is because there's a limited amount of supply and a limited opportunity for people to get.
Yeah.
Step your game up, dudes.
I mean, one of the things we saw up at Stone Mountain was, you know, once people started coming to Stone Mountain and getting accustomed to that, it became really hard for them to shop elsewhere, or you know,
For real.
or they became more picky when they went elsewhere.
Yeah, one of the biggest things with patience is, and one of the most important things with patience is, especially with the new rules that we have here in Colorado, where you're not necessarily allowed to just go switch around caregivers and do whatever the hell you want, which should be the case. You guys are the ones following the rules and doing things. The patients are the ones that are getting screwed here. It's like you can't just consistency. You have to be consistent with your budge. You have to be consistent with your product.
Yep.
Otherwise, what is it worth? And that's what we're all working towards.
Yep.
And I was talking upstairs with the Cannabis people that are here in this office building, and they're telling me that they're wanting to work with, you know, and going to be probably working with and hopefully this is something I'm supposed to be saying too, but hopefully they're going to be, you know, working with the other lab company. What's
Full Spectrum?
Full Spectrum.
Okay.
And then they would even love to even, you know, reach across, if it were possible, the legalities of everything, to be able to you know, compare results or send stuff off, to be able to, you know, like Steep Hill Labs in Cali, which is probably one of the longest laboratories that's been around.
Yep.
That's exciting because they're going to come together, bring together their standardization of all this. And then this whole, like, okay, you bring in this and it tests this certain thing, and then you bring in a whole other part and it tests certain thing. Like, that's what we're trying to get rid of, is just make that flat whatever. That's going to eliminate you a-holes that don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yep.
Period,
Man.
end of story.
Yeah, there. You know, I've been in this industry in enough shops, around enough people at this point, that there's definitely two mindsets. You know, there's the I'm going to do as least I possibly can, and, you know, I'm going to make the most money I possibly can at the sacrifice of the patients and the sacrifice of my employees. And then there's the other group that are like, I'm here for the patients because I believe in this, and my hard work is what is going to pay me.
And you know what sucks, though, dude, is, like, I say all that, and I really do honestly mean that, and I hope that happens, but there's still those a-hole people out there that'll buy swag. That, you know, they don't care. They don't.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna go get your medical marijuana card,
I got my ounce for $115.
I know, it's like they don't care as long as it's the cheapest product out there.
Yeah.
If you're using this medically, and you know, you need to make sure that you're getting the best product available out there. And I'll tell you what, man. I mean, I'm not complaining to you. You've been, unfortunately, I think I've been one of the lucky people to be able to sample some of your Earl and stuff, and some of the most demanded Earl among our friends, just to be able to sit and smoke with you on. But, like, man, I'll tell you what. I thought I was using medical marijuana responsibly, and I'm getting into a little weird, you know, touchy subject here, but there's products out there that aren't necessarily of medical value, you know, and for me, my headaches, I can't have an unclean product, man, and I really don't smoke a lot of greens anymore, and it's I notice the quality of product and the differences in where we've come, because, you know, I mean, I've been smoking Earl, get up to a gram of Earl a day, and it takes...
You're like, man, that's some bad stuff. You're like, I just sucked on a Bic lighter for like 15 seconds or something.
Dude, for what? For what do you mean?
Like, when you get a hit of bad oil, like
Oh,
something
yeah,
that's got too
yeah.
much, you're like, I just sucked on a butane lighter,
Yeah.
like a big lighter for like 15 seconds.
It's horrible, and you get that like. It's not like when you take a good hit of Earl. It's like, you may feel that the harshness or whatever, and Earl is what it is.
Yeah.
BHO is what we're talking about. But then there's this other stuff that you get, and even sitting in front of me, and I mean, you can tell from the look of it. You're like, your mouth starts watering, your body wants to like spit up not puke or anything, but it's just like you're
get
like
that hork. You're like, oh
yeah, and then there's all this like nasty, your mouth's trying to water all the nastiness out,
Yep.
and it's like, dude, these people have to quit this.
Yep.
And the product doesn't do me any good for my headaches and whatever. But
well, that goes to educating the patients. There's just a huge chunk of the populace that's out there that
under medicates, doesn't know what product to pick.
Yeah, just not just like what strains or whatever, just quality of strain. Like they've been so inexperienced or so in the dark about just the levels of quality that they just don't know. They just don't know any better. And then you get somebody that's a good sales talker, or nowadays it's the bud tender with the nice set behind the counter, and you're like, yeah, I'll take that.
And as maybe non-PC as that seems, it's the goddamn truth.
It is, man.
And it's frustrating. It's frustrating for people, some of my friends that I've seen that are incredibly knowledgeable people that can't get a job because there's a female,
some hot piece of ass working behind the counter
that doesn't know a lot.
Yeah.
But I gotta also say that there are females out there that do know a lot. I gotta say that I've watched Rachel Schaefer over at Alternative Wellness Center, learn an enormous amount, and other people, the awesome lady over at the awesome lady over at CPM that was at the front desk the other day. I mean, it's like a doctor's office where you walk in and she just puts down everything she's doing, crosses her hands, like looks up to you, gives you her full attention, and it's like she's just waiting for you to ask her a question that she knows she can answer.
Yep.
Good customer service, that's good all that. But anyway, getting back to the whole medicine thing, like I notice a difference in not taking medicine. I notice a difference in the quality of medicine. It's a regime for me. It's a control my migraine type thing, And for other people, if you expect to be able to have medical marijuana work for you, you have to think of it as a medical thing, and you have to think of it as something maybe you add to your life every day. Even if you wake up in the morning and you feel fantastic, I know if I don't leave the house and
you got to take that cholesterol pill. You got to take that cholesterol pill. If you got to control your migraine.
I'll get a migraine. If
puff.
I do not take the puff, I know that I'm going to have some problems with my headaches before I leave.
Yep.
And they've given me every pill in the world to be able to whatever, and they've given me pills that have tried to stop that from happening, and there are no specific pills. One was an antidepressant, one's a painkiller, one's the serious analgesic they give you, like you're still awake, but you can still watch yourself get cut open type pill.
Yeah, what the
and
fuck?
when they can hand you a freaking gram of oil, and it's like, it's so frustrating. And I understand that they don't want to hand you a gram of oil, but maybe someday an untainted pure pill that's like not bastardized by the pharmaceutical industry, because they're going to get a hold of it.
Yeah.
And in a way, I hope that pharmaceutical industry does do the right thing. They're going to get a hold of it, and I hope they do get a hold of it, but I hope they do the right thing, because
it's going to be an inhaler, man.
A million things. There's an inhaler in it. There's an inhaler in the UK right now that's like totally like that, dude. Yeah. And that's not. And there's a company too that on Normal Show Live that got blasted one time that Normal Show Live wasn't supposed to say anything about, but a medical marijuana company in California is developing one that's just like straight, just like heavy dose inhaler, dude. If I could have that and replace that with my Earl. Fantastic, as long as it's good, man. The e-cigarettes came out, yeah, exactly. I can breathe. The e-cigarettes came about, and people were really worried about like the glucose in them or whatever was put in them. People worry about that stuff. You should be worried about your medical marijuana, and you should take it seriously, okay? Notice your body. Don't just sit here and say, okay, I'm a medical marijuana patient. I'm just going to go smoke or whatever. And smoke when you need, okay? If you need to take that smoke when you get up, do it, all right? If you need it at lunch, do it. If you need it at night, take care of it. Just be consistent with it and know what you need it for. If you don't need to take medical marijuana, you know, at any other time except for maybe, you know, once a week, something flares up or whatever, you know, I mean, even that, pay attention to what exactly will help you with that. And I think that's what we're all going for. But then there's the other side of it that's just, it's such a harmless sort of recreational drug. And I'm not encouraging anybody to, you know, break any rules and go and get your medical card just so you can smoke recreationally or whatever. But back to the pill thing. It's such an almost closely harmless thing compared to these other shit that they give you.
Yeah.
Why can't we have doctors that are sitting there telling me, like, okay, here's the paperwork. Why don't you fill out when you felt like this, felt like this, felt like this, and when you use marijuana, what did it make you feel like? What did it make you feel like? That's the type of stuff that needs to be happening. We need patient feedback, and it needs to be taken seriously, even by the patient. Okay. Anyway, that's I'm staring at it, man.
Yeah, man. I
I
think that's one of the reasons you got to look at what's happening in Europe with Sweden and Spain and Portugal and everywhere else. You know, like they're starting to.
Sweden was what I was missing this morning, and it's fantastic. That's why I'm 1/8 Swedish.
Yeah, nice.
I love that you brought up Sweden.
So I mean, Prague even right now, you know, is like got its big thing going on. So. I mean, I love Colorado. Colorado is my home. My kids are born here, but you know, at the same time, my company is now,
dude,
to the point I have to look at the global aspect. And Spain is right now the hot spot.
I'm jealous. And you're gonna go look for land overseas.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like I've been looking into just how seeds are kind of sold over there, and it's like you know your way to grows or your cultivates or whatever your grow shops, your hydro shops are allowed to sell cannabis seed over there because it's like any other seed. So like you don't end up going to have to sell through like a Attitude Seed Bank or one of the seed banks. Like you're sold through like a Walmart type of seed store or grow shop that's throughout Spain or throughout Europe.
So I had somebody ask me a question about this morning on Facebook actually. If seeds from over there could be sent over here.
No.
They can't pass the customs because foreign seed is illegal. You know, just from the agricultural department.
So if anybody in Colorado wants them, they actually have to get them from
somewhere in Colorado. Right. Yes, that's kind of what the Colorado catch right now is.
It's not just agricultural seeds. You cannot
anything, fruit, cheese, meat,
but specifically cannabis seeds. You cannot have.
Yes.
You can't bring them into the United States, and there's not a state that you can ship them for souvenirs here in the United States.
Yeah,
it doesn't work. You can buy mushroom spores
even
and have
bird
mushroom
seed,
spores.
like bird seed that's high hemp has to be irradiated before it's brought in.
Yeah.
You know?
So even those like little nifty souvenir packages that Greenhouse sells, you can't even sell.
You know why they sell them that way?
Well, didn't they have to market it in that way?
We're getting into things that just I'm not wanting to. They sell it that way because they're covering their ass.
Well, that's what I figured. But
yeah, I mean, there are some seed companies out of the UK and out of Europe that will ship to the US. Most of the time they require cash. Some of the times they don't actually ship your seeds to you after they take it in cash.
And it's a question of whether or not you do get your seeds.
Yeah, and then, customs snag them, which it's illegal, and then it's up to them whether or not they want to come poke around your house to see why you're getting those seeds.
Yeah, and a lot of the time you just don't get a package, but you never know.
Oh, you get the pink letter.
Oh, you do?
I've had some buddies that got the pink letter, back in the day, and it's like... it's first there's like customs tape across.
I want to move now.
Customs tape across the outside of the package, and then in the package it's what is it? It's like contents of this parcel were contraband under agricultural statute.
Wow.
Blah 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 blah.
And you got nothing but a nice pink letter.
Yeah, that's it.
I just sent the box back to him.
Which back in the day,
thanks.
There was like a couple of seed banks back in the day. If you got one of those letters and you sent the package back to them, they'd send you your whole order back to you.
Oh yeah, I know. There's a few that have done that. Yeah. Dude, it's such. And we talking about this, and I'm sure you feel a little tiptoey.
Yeah.
I feel a little tiptoey with this. It's bullshit. We shouldn't have to feel this way. Dude,
You know, that's why
they almost
the
killed
sweet-
Kim on pills, and like I myself here am gonna start talking about some stuff that's helping me, and I'm not quite ready to discuss some of personal things that are going on in my life, but I'm going to be open with them eventually. But goddamn the pills, man.
Yeah.
Why is it the freaking pills when we could have this?
Well, because a lot of the doctors don't realize what they're doing to people with the pills. I got to find that out
Well,
firsthand.
that's doctors are stupid. Period.
I
My
mean,
doctor
you guys
wouldn't-
see it from me on Facebook. I go through my depression, my depressive states and stuff like that, and I usually have my worst bouts when like just huge events are going on. So like whether it's bad or good, you just kind of roll through those things.
Yeah, and you mentioned I think you mentioned when we were talking about the Cannabis Cup thing, and it was a slightly overwhelming moment for you.
Yeah.
And, you had to take a deep breath and do your thing. There's just nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, man. So I mean, but it is. It's like the first thing you go and you talk to the doctor about what's going on, and they're like, "Hey, let's give you some antidepressants."
Yeah. But that's the thing is I've not been the antidepressant thing was one thing. Like the people around me know that I'm high strung. I've gone through years of just whatever, and it's built in to my personality, and I'm trying to delete it out, and it may take whatever it takes to be able to get that, but it's like I don't want to be handed an antidepressant like just like a Zoloft or whatever. I was on this one time, this little yellow pill after my whole court situation that I had to go through, and it's just amazing how they think that they need to change you. And I went through more withdrawal from that than I've almost been through for anything. I mean, I Klonopin at one point I got hooked on, and that was less than a month. I mean, I was like 7, 8, 9 Klonopin a day, and then they used that against me in court, even though they're the ones that gave it to me, and it's like, dude, I could have just smoked weed this whole time, and you're trying to punish me for it, and then you call me a drug addict on top of it because I'm trying to fix the things that you're punishing me for, and it makes no sense, man. And I'm getting to the point where all I can say is, I mean, I have nothing to say about it because we talk about it every day on the show. I try and think of new ways to bring up the frustrations and the ridiculousness of what we have to go through. The persecution goes back to even thinking about people like Chris Barkowitz, myself, who's had to go through the ringer, the countless other people that have had to go through the ringer. I mean, it's pointless. It's pointless, and really, really, really ultimately what gets me is we're hurting people for no reason at all, and that's not America. What's happening in America is scaring the shit out of me right now, man.
Yeah, it's a pretty volatile state out there.
I feel like the Gestapo could walk around the corner any day, man,
Get ya.
and take us because of the new things that's been signed, man. Both of us.
Yeah.
Kim, everybody in this damn office could be put away indefinitely for no fucking reason at all, just because we're fighting against, and because I've committed a felony before of growing marijuana and maybe selling to someone I shouldn't. Oh, well then you know what? Maybe someday they decide that this kid is still probably, I mean, he's an advocate. He's probably going to someday screw up and sell illegal marijuana again. They could do that and come in and put me away, and then you know what? You have to petition to the president to get out. If you're lucky, you may get a lawyer. But how the hell are you going to petition to the president?
Yeah, man.
The president's going to pick up your phone. The president's going to read your letter out of the millions that is sent every year for him to pardon people. I mean, it's like, maybe not millions, but I'm getting off on non-drug war topics because the drug war has allowed these things to seep themselves into American culture.
The whole reason we're talking about Spain is because Gingrich. I mean, that's the backup plan if Gingrich comes into office.
I may
be like, see you guys. I'm going to Spain.
Yeah, I may move with you to Spain, dude, because Spain is sounding like more and more like a beautiful place.
I was like, I don't speak any Spanish, but I'll buy a freaking Rosetta Stone and learn.
But here's where my ignorance comes into play in my Americanism, and I apologize for this. But I thought of Spain in high school and up till I got out of high school as being like Spanish people, Spain being Mexicans, like looking.
Hell no, they made the Mexicans, man.
But they're blonde haired, blue eyed people. A lot of time. I mean,
they made Mexicans.
And I sound like a total idiot, maybe putting my foot in my mouth, but I'm being truthful. I'm being honest.
The whole conquistador thing, you know.
So, dude, we could fit in. We could fit in.
No, I've already said, you know, if that's going to be the retirement plan, or if Gingrich gets in office, like I'll be eating suckling pig every day. 350, 400 pounds riding around on my whizzer. You know,
you know damn well Newt is not gonna win the nod. You know he won't.
Oh Lord!
If he did, can you imagine? He's like
I'll be down with Tebow every night praying.
He was a good. I think he was a decent Speaker of the House when you know, during the Clinton years. But
I just think it's hilarious that the guy's a conservative and he's like, you know, cheated on his wife and then cheated on his mistress.
He don't give a fuck, dude. You Gingrich don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah, it's like, I'm conservative except when it comes to my penis.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. All right. Dude, is there anything else on this list you want to talk about? Do you need to take this with you? You do.
No,
probably.
man, you can poke through that.
I'm going to keep this here and we can go through this again next week because there's a lot of stuff on here that we haven't even covered.
Who knows? By next week, I might have some of the packages that you could actually see.
Dude, that would be cool. Like, I mean, you got like Midas on here, and I don't even know if I've ever even seen Midas. Heard that from you. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the real name for the Cannabis Cup winning strain is Moonshine's Moonshine Haze.
Yeah, it's
get it right. All right, you know
Danny pretty much. I mean, when
solidified
it when he called it out. You know, that's it. That's what it is.
It was over.
That's it. Yeah.
But still, though, every day I'm still.
So we've jokingly, you know, we lovingly call it now Moonshine Haze. So
we're gonna, that's dude. The name's got to get right. We got to keep the names right because it's important.
Originally, it was
he rolled his eyes because he's like
Haze, right?
Moonshine Haze, yeah. But that, you know, they ask
once
us
Danny Danko says something, though, that's what it is, right?
Hey, when you say it on stage.
So wait, I am wrong then? It's not Moonshine's Moonshine.
It is now. That's what he said.
But originally it was just.
It was just when I wrote it down on the entry form.
That's what I thought.
Moonshine Haze. And when Danny called it out, he called it out Moonshine Haze, which. There it is.
So now it's Moonshine Haze.
We got Derek in here from Mile High Wellness. Did you get to try that when you were over there? You were at the Cup?
I think I might have.
Do you even remember any part of it? I mean, I'm just...
Not exactly. Had a hell of a time over there.
Good time, man. You and Warren, man. And that's why I'm excited about tonight's. Scott, by the way, did you got anything else you want to talk about? We're gonna talk about some.
No, we're good.
We're gonna talk about some fun tonight. Maybe you can make it down.
What are you doing tonight?
Oh,
real quick, let me ask you a question, Tim.
What?
Somebody's asking me, did you change the cameras? You should change them back if you did.
Well, what did I do with the cameras? See, this is why we need
the cameras, Tim.
I don't know.
Change the cameras. It's on me, Derek,
That's Scott's.
and Scott.
Okay, maybe they don't want to see you. I don't know. I'm just saying.
They're probably asking. They're probably asking to see you. So here, let me go ahead and.
So.
There's Kim. All right, she's the only one that anybody could see. I'm surprised Kim's
everybody.
I'm surprised Kim's even on the microphone right now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a little bit like. You're lucky you haven't thrown me off. No, usually it throws me off if I got a new person on the mic that's like in as a host. But yeah, so we'll go through a bunch of this stuff again next week, dude. And there's a lot of stuff on here that I think that Jesus Christ. What did you do? Did you just like he opened the jar and heaven came out?
Yeah. Straight.
I was like, waved it by the microphone. Can you guys smell that?
Dude,
they probably can.
They
some
probably
amazing.
Yes, they probably can.
Smoke.
And speaking of good times, tonight we brought in. Can't be wrecking my tricky piece here.
Good job, buddy.
Almost just broke it. Bringing Derek in here from Mile High Wellness. What's the address over there, Mile High Wellness?
It's 3525 South Tamarack Drive, Suite 110.
You guys got some good product and good people.
Yeah.
Really appreciate what you guys have done to help build this studio and have patience and keep us in here and just rock it out, man. I mean, you guys honestly have been a big part of why the John Doe Radio Show has been succeeding. So I really appreciate you. And the very least we could do is promote this awesome party that you guys have got going on tonight. And it's not just a party. There's a silent auction going. Is it a silent auction?
Yeah, we're having a silent auction going on. Bunch of stuff that we got donated.
And this may sound all boring or whatever, but it's a lingerie.
It's a lingerie fashion show. So we're going to have painted girls and a bunch of stuff going on. So it's going to be a definitely interesting time. Food, drinking, everything, the whole nine. It's going to be an insane party.
But the bottom line is
Lingerie.
it's a fundraiser.
Yeah.
That's where that's where the pass comes.
That's what it's about.
That's where the pass comes. Because I tell you what, man, that's a good thing, and the proceeds are going towards homeless Colorado.
Yeah,
correct?
the Denver homeless of Colorado.
Yeah,
So,
and which has been a huge topic lately with the Occupy situation going on. I mean,
huge situation going on in the city. That is.
We got a police chief now that don't give a shit again about the homeless.
That do not care at all.
Just want to boot them off, like
just leave them in the.
Just leave him in the cold.
In the cold, freezing out.
It's like
there,
10 below. Last night was fucking cold, dude.
It would suck to be homeless
Cold.
in Colorado
Dude, homeless in Colorado.
in the winter.
Would be
Oh my
awful.
God, dude.
I couldn't imagine.
I know, like right now with I mean, I'm usually the dude at the red light giving dollars and whatever out, but this, the Christmas season, I find myself like without lunch money most days because I'm like giving 5s and 10s out to the
Really?
people.
See, one time I saw a Westward article, an expose on that, and there's like certain this was years ago, but there's like white vans that go and pick up people, and they go and
take them out the bag. Yeah, the bag.
They're
and stuff.
pimps. They're the beggars' pimps.
Yeah. Well,
I stopped giving a lot.
You kind of tell that the areas where if you hit certain areas and the same people are there all the freaking time.
Dude pulls out a cell phone
the guy
behind the
lives
sign and starts text messaging somebody, and you're like,
dude, hit this guy in the black truck.
like, how'd you get a cell phone if you can't even buy?
Dude, there used to be this
see their
guy.
penthouses.
There was this guy in Boulder for like I don't know the first 5 or 6 years that I lived out here, and he was right by the PetSmart, and he had this German Shepherd that had one floppy ear. And I swear to God, the dude would like give the dog a command as a car was like pulling up to the stop sign, and the dog would look so sad. And people would just like give him like whatever dog cookies to the dog, like whatever. And then as soon as the car would pull off, the dog's other floppy ear like flop back up.
He's like, yo,
he was fine.
I'm telling you, dude, I've not been proud enough to not consider standing on the corner asking for change because maybe some of them make bank. Anyway, we were talking about the awesome party that's going on 2 nights. I don't have a flyer with me. So
I have flyers.
Because I was gonna get the address.
Yeah, it's 940 Lincoln Street. It's a Rockstar Lounge. It's going down.
I'm sorry for thinking that you didn't know the address.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm like,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. Derek knows what's up, and he's the man. But sometimes he's the man that comes in at the last minute and makes it happen. You don't necessarily, you know what I'm saying? Like you sit back and are like, dude, all right. Anyway,
usually chilling.
So what's that address again?
It's 940 Lincoln Street. It's right across the street from the Pavilion. It's a Rockstar Lounge.
Cool.
So come on out. Party starts at 7.
I talked to Warren last night in Georgia and stuff, and I mean the wrong people to be probably talking to, and plus, I'm probably, and especially Georgia lately, I can't even have a serious conversation with her ever. Like she's always coming up with something to like smack you with or something like that, dude. But if you guys need some help tonight or ever in the future, with like some MCing or whatever, you need somebody to help with the the auction or talk to people or whatever, man. Hit me
come
up.
down. Of course, we need you there doing all that stuff.
I plan on.
Yeah, we were already planning on you doing that. Didn't you
we
know?
were already planning on you doing all that. I thought you didn't get that in the email.
You must have missed that memo, right?
That's what.
That's the message I forgot to give him.
That's why I figured I'd be there. So the whole time I was telling Kim, I'm like, man, I gotta, like, Kim has health issues that she has, and she's been amazing lately in taking the amount of time that she's taken out to be able to do what she's done for the John Doe radio show. She has pulmonary hypertension, and it's a situation where she, has to take care of herself and has to not let her get tired down, and sometimes she needs oxygen, and every night probably, right? And
yeah, every night I sleep with. Actually, last night forgot to put
because
it
of the
on, and
pills.
I can feel it today.
Because of the pills, the amount of pills that you've had to take and sleeping at night, the relaxation of the body and not being able to take in enough. And maybe we'll get your story someday. And in fact, Kush Magazine is going to be giving your story next month.
Yes, next month, patient profile, Kush Magazine.
Going with that, god dang it. I had something very important, and I'm like trying to think about 50 things, and I did it again, and I've totally.
You were talking about the show.
Oh, tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, and I would love to have Kim come tonight and hang out with me, and invite her as my guest or whatever. But I don't know if she'll be tonight.
I will definitely try.
We'll see what's up. Other than that,
try to make it.
I will definitely.
But if she doesn't show up, I may need another hot date.
I'm not too fun though. I'm sober almost 6 years, so I'm not very fun when it comes to drinking.
And I understand that
that's
completely of not wanting to be around. I mean, I did DJing for years, in like a bar and stuff, and sometimes that's not, whatever. But
I
I'm
don't
telling
mind
you,
being around it. I'm just not a lot of fun when people get to drinking.
I'm telling you though,
I don't drink it
if you're
either.
gonna go hang out and you want to go somewhere and have a good time and hang out with good people, it's not just the lingerie. It's just the supporting the community. It's the good people. Derek, Jenny, Mile High Wellness, Warren and George are gonna be there.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people there.
Yeah, I honestly I cannot wait, dude. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. So
Yeah.
hopefully the weather stays nice and.
Yeah, we're finally gonna be
Warm.
able to get Tim to party with us.
He tells me, I
we're
tell
gonna
him,
make him. We're gonna send him home on a stretcher for sure.
because I tell this fool.
No, the stretcher will be my car, and he better not puke in there.
I tell
Derek.
this fool every week. I'm like, dude, I want to come hang out with you, and he's like, you cannot hang with me, dude.
I've been trying to tell Tim he's not ready to step into this league yet of partying.
And I'm
Hey,
like,
after I saw the birthday thing, I'm not sure you can hang, Tim.
I can. What are you talking about? I did perfectly fine on the birthday, man.
On
I
his
told him.
birthday.
I told him I'm like, how else am I gonna learn? How am I gonna,
How you build that tolerance up. man.
exactly.
You got to step into the big leagues.
Exactly.
Definitely got to step into the big leagues.
So make sure you're there tonight. It starts at 10.
Starts
9?
at 7.
7?
Starts at 7. Food
Sorry.
and stuff starts at 7. Show starts at 9. So
Goes till like 2.
yeah, the auction. Yeah, it goes till 2. So
Rockstar Lounge.
bring your hats,
How much is it again?
get your cabs.
Wait,
It's $10 to get in at the door, and that gets you 2 free drink tickets.
I need to
so
go. I need to go get a
It
haircut.
works
I
out.
just
It works
realized
out
that.
pretty well.
Yeah, $10
And the
for
$10,
2
yeah.
drinks. It cost you more than $10 for 2 drinks. anymore.
Exactly, and that money goes to charity. So that's
Hey,
that's
win-win.
awesome. Yeah, it's a win-win situation.
I just
So-
fucking realized I need a haircut.
You're fine.
Can I wear my? I can't wear my hat though.
Tim, it's our party. You can wear whatever you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, friends in high places. All right, Mile High Wellness. What's
That's
your
how it
address
works.
again?
It's 3525 South Tamarack Drive.
And
Suite 110.
hugely appreciate you guys. Go pick up some medicine from those guys.
Yeah.
Also, Scott hanging out with us, obviously, every Wednesday on Seedy Wednesday. We try and get him down in here, and Adam done with us, too. You can pick up Scott's stuff. The buds, for now, still... You can go pick up seeds at...
Cherry Co, Pearl Co, Teapot, Kind Love, High Grade Alternatives in Boulder, Nedicate up in Ned.
Okay.
All kinds of places. Check the website.
We're going to be pushing the Pro Company, the Teapot, and Cherry Company quite a lot because...
Yeah, they got the full selection. So
I think today their special is Warehouse Wednesdays, 4 gram eighths.
Yep.
Actually, I'm positive today is Warehouse
Warehouse Wednesday.
Wednesdays,
Wow.
4 gram
Warehouse
eighths.
Wednesdays.
I was a little dumbfounded
Check 'em
there.
out.
I was a little dumbfounded there. And we'll have more specials coming to you guys too, and as many giveaways as we possibly can here in the future. Also, make sure you check out tokentops.com. I think there might be something going on with the website or something. The PayPal's a bunch of jackass hattery, so bear with it. Get with Token Terra online on her Facebook if you really, really, really would like to get a hold of these tops. We're still giving them away. We've got them lined up. Still got your names coming in to John Doe Radio Giveaway at gmail.com if you'd like to win one. John Doe Radio Giveaway at gmail.com. Put in the subject line you'd like to win a shirt though. And we are also giving away for Christmas and every month after that. Started back up again, Silver Surfer Vaporizer. So send me an email, John Doe Radio Giveaway at gmail.com. We'll give away Silver Surfer Vaporizer. Maybe Mad Hatter had some things that they might be wanting to give away too here. If you head down to Mad Hatter Smoke Shop, if you bring 5 canned food items to them, you can get a raffle ticket for this incredible Zob. It's a inline perk to an 8-armed tree. Dude, it's crazy. It's worth a lot of money. So spend $50 with them or bring down 5 cans and you could get a raffle ticket. That's at 6091 West Colfax Avenue in Lakewood. Give them a call, 303-953-7015, and circle game the shiz out of every single one of those fools inside that place. And thank you big time to those guys for the Joel Halen piece. It's amazing. You see that?
No doubt.
It's
Sick.
Did you see the logo?
I saw it on Facebook.
Oh.
Hillbilly did that, right? The logo, at least?
I don't know who did the logo.
I think Hillbilly did the logo.
The sandblasting?
Yeah, the sandblasting.
Yeah.
It's an
I think that's what Paul said.
it's a collab too. I didn't know that it was.
Yeah.
I gotta talk more with Paul when he comes back
Or
in
Joel
because I was
Halen.
so dumbfounded about everything. I didn't take anything in.
Couldn't breathe.
It's a Joel Halen,
Yeah.
Irie Sun collab, I think. And then as it gets, which I don't know how dirty I'm allowed to get it, but as it sort of gets, whatevered up, the colors change and they
The
fill
clear-
in.
he
Get
said
your
the-
res block.
Yeah, Hillbilly's supposed to be doing a bunch of
the lines
dome
in there
and nail
will
sets
change
with the Rare Dankness
within the
logos.
wigwag thing.
What's that, Scott?
Hillbilly's doing a bunch of dome and nail sets with the Rare Dankness logos.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you have to bring those in here too.
We can get him in one day.
We might be trying to work with some Scott Tricky stuff too, because Tricky's he's going to be our man on Tuesdays.
Tricky's fixing a bunch of my stuff right now.
Is he?
I had like a 3-day period, dude, where I broke like 5 pieces.
So you're good friends with Tricky too then?
Yeah, I know Tricky.
What the fuck? Dude, I'm getting chills right now. I'm telling you. I kid you not,
I just
Kim.
had
And
to
I
throw
kid
that-
you not.
throw
Everybody
that
in
kid
here.
in OG the other day.
We bring in some of the best people, and it's not like I'm lucky, dude. And
Where's our
maybe I'm lucky, maybe I'm good, but like I'm amazed at the people that know in the circle that we have. I'm so glad that we could pull them together. All
Yeah,
right,
I
anyway.
remember, I know everybody.
Yeah, it's all
You
about
know-
who you know. It's not about what you know. It's about who you know.
You don't even want to get in. We don't even want to get in. I get it from everybody. You though, Derek, we don't even want to get into who you know because
Yeah.
we got to be hollering at some fools here to get this show going, and because we be putting
Get an
things.
emotion.
This will put. There's some things that we'll put on the map. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If
for
Tatum,
sure.
if Tatum and I saw Ruben the other night on Fox 31 doing a thing. I'm like, what?
Ruben will be down there. Ruben will be down there tonight. He donated a couple things for the auction. So
I'm sitting there telling my friends to watch Ruben on Fox 31 analyzing the Tebow thing, and I'm like, you guys have no clue about this dude. Like, he's already called himself here on John Doe Radio or whatever, but that dude has got lungs of iron. Like, there's a reason why he went to Oregon State.
yeah.
I don't think I've seen anybody rip like him.
I haven't seen him since he played here. That's how long it's been. Other than TV.
He came in, and him and Tatum did the show one day. Him, Ruben Jones, and Tatum Bell
Awesome.
on John Doe Radio.
Hey.
This dude knows some people. All right, that's going to do it for today. Scott, do you have anything else you wanted to add, dude?
Nope. See ya.
Make sure you check out Rare Dankness.
.com.
I was just going to pretend to say Seeds, but you're like, I ain't even going to let you fark it up, dude.
I saw it on your lips.
I know, that's because I knew I was going to try and make you nervous. RareDankness.com. Make sure you please also support every single one of our sponsors that supports the John Doe Radio Show, because without them we wouldn't be here. Without Derek and Warren and Georgia and Jenny, investing into the studio, and they don't expect a lot back from me. They really don't, man. And when we can be able to give back, I'd really like to. And I thank you guys for that. All right, we wouldn't be anywhere without the help of some of the good friends around us.
Yeah.
Derek's not one of those touchy-feely type guys.
Not at all.
Not at all.
But I appreciate it though.
All right, good times. All right. If anybody else also would like to support some of our other sponsors, make sure you check out Compassionate Pain Management. We're probably going to head over there, hopefully today. I hope. I don't know if we're going to have time.
Tell them to come out too.
Compassion.
They want to come party.
Sean?
Sean definitely
Sean
will,
wants
I'm
to
sure.
come party.
Oh, Sean definitely.
sure
will.
He sounds like he wants to come party.
Sean will get down.
Maybe even Nate and Shandaren.
Hey, yeah.
Everyone can come.
Well, let's go over there. Let's try and get him. Maybe I won't get a haircut. Fargate. Maybe I'll just have Kim trim my. I don't know.
Oh,
Never
yeah.
mind.
Yeah, you're all right.
Dude,
1580 Quime. 15.
quail.
Dude, I'm trying to look good here. Is what I'm trying to do. Little. Scott's over in the corner going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
We were just
I
Like,
got a
people don't look at him
beautician
every
wife,
day.
man. I get edged up, whatever.
Oh, that is right. That is right. Your wife. Yeah, exactly.
He has that in-home loving.
Unfair shiz. And now, and you know what? And I'd be like, maybe she'd be willing to like come in here and no, but that's no. I'm gonna go across the street to Great Clips and not bug your wife to give me a haircut. 'Cause she would probably she'd be like, all right, I'll come in. And
She's like, I'm retired. That's why she'll tell you now.
No,
She's got the green badge. She's like, I'm retired.
what she should do is just come in to give a haircut and then be like, oh, see, I didn't do it for years. I told you.
Lose an ear?
And just lose
Bald
spot. In the All right, I'm going to stop it for today. Big thanks to handmadeapparel.biz, Adam Hand. We love you, dude. And anybody wants to get JDR gear, make sure you holler at handmadeapparel.biz. Or you can do this, too, which is really cool. Hemp Hoodlum. Go buy yourself a blank Hoodlum. Go buy yourself a Hoodlum, period. And then send it off to Adam. Get the JDR reflectiveness added to it. And there you go. Be specializing in awesomeness. You can also get Rare Dankness gear. Where can you get that from?
From Adam.
It's for Adam?
Well, he's doing all our work.
Oh,
you'll be able to get it from us from raredankness.com.
But right now, if you ask Adam for special order Rare Dankness stuff, he'll do it.
He's got it. You know, we're getting in hoodies. We're doing beanies.
Awesome.
All kinds of stuff. So
awesome. So check out handmade.
My black on black should be here.
Black on black.
Everybody's trying to get it too. Is it just for you though?
Just me, man. Like I'm the only one with black on black
wait till
stuff. Mark don't even
custom.
But wait till somebody calls Adam though and goes, "You're gonna have to call Adam."
Can't do it.
I'm gonna call him and say I need the black on black.
You already tell him Nick's on that.
Derek's like, I got it.
I need the
You
triple
better
black.
call Adam though and tell him
No
not
black
to do
on black.
anybody
that
else.
requests black on black, you do pink on black.
Pink on black.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Handmadeapparel.biz. Also, the people that bring us the show every day to your ears magically, littlemanhosting.com. Now that I've got this, Joel, I'm going to figure out where I am with Mad Hatters, and I'm going to try and give some gifts to some people that really do deserve it. And Adam from littlemanhosting.com does deserve it too. Thank you for hosting our show. Also, big thanks to GrowWise, 3225 South Wadsworth Boulevard in Lakewood. If you need supplies for your grow, sales at growwise.com. They'll ship anywhere in the U.S. And last but not least, our good friend Brett over at dudegrows.com. Haven't talked with Brett in a few months, man. I have to give him a holler and see what's up. So, all right. And what else did I miss? It's on you if I didn't. Didn't we have like sticky
covered
notes?
it.
I know, but didn't we have sticky notes or something?
Yeah, but you covered everything.
Oh,
except
Platte
for-
Valley. But we'll take care of it. What's Platte Valley? Do you know their address?
Yeah, I do actually. It's right across from the aquarium. It's on 17th Street, 23 something 7th Street.
Right across from the
Across from
aquarium.
the
Anyway,
aquarium.
they just signed on.
Up
and
above the Mexican restaurant.
Platte Valley. We haven't even started your countdown, so you're good.
I'm on my way to meet them.
I'll talk with you in a minute, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Scott, thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
RareDankness.com. It's a pleasure to have you every week. People need to get a hold of this Scott's OG, I'm telling you. All right. Have yourselves a fantastic... I keep thinking it's Friday for some reason. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Big thanks to Phil for filming. Thank you, Kim, for everything that you do for the show. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, everybody else that supports us here on the JDR. We couldn't do it without you. Download us at johndoeradio.com. Live.johndoeradio.com Monday through Friday. I think we're good to go. You're good? You trying to get undressed?
I'm good to go.
You trying to get undressed over here? Is that
He's
what you're
trying to get dressed.
hoodie on.
Oh, okay. Sometimes it gets hot in here. I don't know.
It is.
I apologize if I've been chewing this gum in here for the past 5 minutes. I've been trying not to cough and have something to... Anyway, I'm just going to end today's show. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you again tomorrow on Business Thursday. I'm John Doe. Thanks for being our neighbor. See ya.
The John Doe Radio Show is produced by Charlie Stash Entertainment. The John Doe Radio Show programming is not limited to, but includes information and humor on counterculture subjects and is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. We specifically include responsible marijuana reform. Besides, listening to anyone but your mother is just plain stupid. We accept no responsibility for your actions or misrepresentations, and we do not fully endorse the use of illegal drugs. You are ultimately responsible for yourself.
John Doe Radio, 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 radio. Live.